Imagine this. It's the middle of the night. You're fast asleep, and suddenly, your leg seizes up. The pain is sharp. The muscle feels like stone, and for a few long seconds you can't move. Sound familiar? If you're over 60, chances are this has happened to you more than once. Leg cramps are one of those hidden annoyances of aging that people rarely talk about, but they can turn ordinary moments, walking, standing up from a chair, even resting in bed, into a struggle. Here's the hidden danger. Cramps aren't just about pain. They're often a warning sign from your body. Muscles don't suddenly lock up for no reason. There's usually a deeper trigger at work. Did you know that as we age, our muscles naturally lose some of their flexibility and strength? That's part of the story. But the bigger issue is what's happening on the inside. Seniors are more likely to run low on essential minerals, electrolytes like potassium, magnesium, calcium, and sodium. These aren't just nutrition buzzwords. They're the tiny sparks that let your muscles contract, and more importantly, relax. Without enough of them, your muscles stay tense. They refuse to let go. Now think about your daily routine. Do you sometimes skip meals? Do you reach for tea or coffee more than water? Do you sweat more in the summer without realizing how much fluid you've lost? Even mild dehydration makes the problem worse. When your body doesn't get the right mix of water and minerals, your legs pay the price. Here's something most people don't realize: cramps often strike at rest, not just during activity. You can be lying in bed, watching TV or reading a book, and suddenly, the calf muscle clamps down like a vice. Why? Because the balance inside your cells is off. The nerves keep firing, the muscle fibers don't switch off, and you end up with a painful spasm that feels impossible to control. Ask yourself, how often have you brushed off a cramp as just getting older? The truth is, there's nothing normal about being jolted awake by pain. Harvard Health notes that one of the most common causes of leg cramps in seniors is exactly this: an imbalance in electrolytes combined with lower hydration. Verywell Health adds that these nighttime cramps can disturb sleep and lower overall quality of life, leaving you more tired and less active during the day. That's why this topic matters. It's not only about comfort, it's about mobility, independence, and enjoying daily activities without fear of sudden pain. Strong, flexible legs mean freedom to walk, to garden, to climb stairs, or simply to stand up without wincing. So in this video, you're going to learn exactly how to fight back. You'll discover the specific foods that refill your electrolytes, hydrate your muscles, and cut down the risk of painful spasms. These aren't exotic superfoods or expensive supplements. They're everyday items you can add to your plate starting today. Stick with me, because once you understand the root cause, the solution becomes surprisingly simple. A few smart choices in your diet can mean the difference between restless nights and restful ones, between weak legs and strong, steady steps. And let me ask you this: wouldn't it feel amazing to wake up in the morning without that fear of sudden cramps? To move through your day without the worry of your legs betraying you at the worst moment? That's exactly what we're aiming for here. By the end of this video, you'll know the top 3 foods that make the biggest difference for seniors. Foods that don't just soothe your muscles for a moment, but actually strengthen them over time. Foods that help your body work the way it was designed to: fluid, balanced, and pain-free. So let's uncover the real reasons behind leg cramps, and more importantly, how you can stop them before they start. Your legs deserve better, and so do you. So now you know why cramps often target seniors: the mix of aging muscles and missing nutrients. But what actually happens inside your body when that balance slips? Here's where it gets interesting, and maybe a little alarming. Muscles are like finely tuned machines. They contract when your nerves send an electrical spark, and they relax when minerals step in to calm things down. Potassium, magnesium, sodium, and calcium are the switches that make this possible. Think of them as the on and off buttons. Without them, the signal gets stuck. The muscle clamps down and refuses to let go. Did you know that even a small dip in these minerals can cause big problems? You don't need to be severely deficient. Sometimes just being a little low after sweating, skipping a balanced meal, or drinking too much caffeine can tilt the scale. Your legs are especially sensitive because they carry your weight all day. When the wiring in your cells misfires, it's usually the calves or thighs that cry out first. Here's the hidden danger: dehydration magnifies everything. When your body runs short on fluid, your blood volume drops. Less blood means fewer nutrients reach your muscles. It's like cutting the power supply to a machine while expecting it to keep running. The result: those muscles seize, often without warning. And the timing is cruel, isn't it? You're not sprinting down the street or lifting weights when it happens. It's usually late at night, when you're resting. You stretch a little, roll over in bed, and suddenly your calf twists into a knot, so tight it feels like it might snap. If that's ever jolted you awake, you know the panic it causes. Why does it happen more often at rest? Here's the science. During sleep, circulation slows, your fluid intake stops, and your body continues to lose water through breathing and sweating. If electrolytes were already running low, nighttime becomes the perfect storm. Muscles fire off without the minerals to calm them down. That's why cramps feel more intense in the quiet hours. They catch you off guard, in your most vulnerable state. But the damage doesn't stop at pain. Repeated cramps can actually weaken confidence in your legs. Seniors who get them often start avoiding evening walks or late-night activities, afraid a spasm might strike. Over time, this avoidance chips away at strength and independence. Did you ever notice how one bad night leads to a sluggish day? Interrupted sleep drains energy, mood, and motivation. That single cramp at 2 a.m. can echo through the next 24 hours. Here's something else to consider. When your muscles seize, tiny fibers can tear. One cramp might not cause lasting harm, but constant episodes add up. Over months or years, they leave muscles sore, stiff, and less responsive. So while cramps might seem like just a nuisance, the long-term effect is far more serious than most people realize. And the cycle feeds itself. Cramps rob you of sleep. Poor sleep raises stress hormones. Stress hormones drain magnesium levels even further. Less magnesium means more cramps. See how the spiral keeps turning. Unless you interrupt it, the problem doesn't just fade, it often grows worse. Ask yourself this: how many times have you chalked up cramps to just part of aging? That assumption is dangerous. Yes, aging plays a role, but it's not destiny. What's really happening is a shortage of the raw materials your muscles need. Give them back, and the body responds. Ignore the warning signs, and you invite more restless nights, weaker legs, and a higher risk of falls. Think about it this way: your car needs fuel, oil, and coolant to run. Could run, miss one of those, and the engine overheats or stalls. Your muscles are no different. Electrolytes and hydration are their fuel and coolant. Run low, and the system overheats. The cramp is your body's red warning light. And just like with a car, you wouldn't keep driving with a flashing warning sign, would you? So here's the bottom line: the pain you feel in your calf or thigh isn't random. It's your body shouting for help. Each spasm is a signal that minerals and water are out of sync. The good news: that means it's also preventable. With the right foods and habits, you can restore the balance, calm the nerves, and free your muscles from that grip. Now the question is, what should you actually eat to stop this from happening again? That's exactly where we're headed next, straight into the foods that refill your electrolytes, hydrate your system, and keep those cramps from sneaking up on you. So now you understand the warning signs. Each cramp is your body's red flag that minerals and fluids are out of balance. The real question is, how do you refill that tank? The answer isn't in fancy supplements or expensive powders. It's right in your kitchen, in foods you probably already know but may not be using the right way. Let's walk through them one by one, because each has a unique role in calming your muscles and keeping your legs strong. Start with sweet potatoes. Don't let their humble look fool you. Inside, they're loaded with potassium and magnesium, two of the minerals your muscles crave the most. Think of potassium as the brake pedal for muscle contractions. Without enough, muscles keep firing and won't relax. Magnesium acts like the mechanic, fixing those overactive nerves and helping fibers release tension. Together, they make sweet potatoes one of the most powerful cramp fighters you can eat. Roast them, mash them, or bake them, it doesn't matter. Each serving feeds your muscles the tools they need to let go of that painful grip. Now picture a juicy slice of watermelon on a hot afternoon. Refreshing, yes, but it's more than a sweet treat. Watermelon, and other melons like cantaloupe or honeydew, are nature's hydration packs. They're full of water and electrolytes at the same time. Did you know that even mild dehydration can double your risk of leg cramps at night? That's why melons are a two-in-one solution. They replace lost fluids and restock the minerals that keep your muscles calm. Think of them as the perfect evening snack to prepare your body for a cramp-free night's sleep. Here's another secret weapon: coconut water. It's often called nature's sports drink for good reason. While plain water quenches thirst, it doesn't replace what's lost through sweat or age-related changes. Coconut water, on the other hand, brings back potassium, magnesium, sodium, and even phosphorus in one natural package. If cramps tend to strike after a long day outside, a glass of coconut water works like a reset button. It doesn't just hydrate, it recharges. That's the difference between simply drinking water and truly restoring balance. But don't overlook beans. They may not sound glamorous, yet they're packed with potassium and phosphorus. These two minerals play a critical role in the wiring of your muscles, helping them contract and then relax without misfiring. Imagine an electrical circuit with loose connections. It sparks, jumps, and causes problems. That's what happens to your muscles without these nutrients. Beans tighten that circuit, making your muscle function smoother. Lentils, black beans, chickpeas, each serving strengthens your body's internal control system and reduces the risk of those sudden spasms. Greek yogurt deserves a spotlight here. Why? Because it brings calcium, potassium, phosphorus, and protein all in one bowl. Calcium isn't just for bones, it's a key signal that tells muscles when to contract. Without enough, your muscles get mixed messages. Add in the high-quality protein from yogurt, and you're feeding your legs the raw building blocks they need to stay strong. Did you know that seniors often eat less protein than they should? That shortfall weakens muscles over time. A daily serving of Greek yogurt is a simple fix, offering both strength and stability in every spoonful. And then there's salmon. If you want a food that does it all, this is it. Salmon delivers potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, and calcium, but it doesn't stop there. It's also rich in omega-3 fats, powerful compounds that reduce inflammation and improve blood flow. Here's the hidden danger of chronic cramps: they create micro-tears in the muscle fibers, leading to soreness and stiffness. Omega-3s help calm that inflammation, speeding recovery and preventing further damage. In other words, salmon doesn't just stop cramps, it helps repair the wear and tear they leave behind. Notice the pattern: each of these foods attacks the problem from a slightly different angle. Sweet potatoes flood your body with minerals, melons hydrate and replenish at the same time. Coconut water resets your electrolyte balance after fluid loss. Beans strengthen the electrical control of your muscles. Greek yogurt provides calcium and protein to keep your legs sturdy. Salmon adds both minerals and anti-inflammatory power. Together, they cover every gap that leads to cramping. Here's the best part: you don't need to overhaul your diet to see results. Start by adding one or two of these foods daily. Swap your usual side dish for roasted sweet potatoes. Keep sliced melon in the fridge for evening snacks. Replace a soda with coconut water. Toss beans into salads. Stir yogurt into breakfast. Enjoy salmon a couple of times a week. Small, consistent changes are enough to shift the balance back in your favor. And let me ask you this: wouldn't it be worth it to trade a cramp-filled night for one of deep, uninterrupted rest? To go about your day with the confidence that your legs won't betray you at the worst moment? That's what these foods offer. Not quick fixes, but steady, reliable support that builds stronger muscles and calmer nights over time. So next time you feel that twinge in your calf or thigh, remember, it's not just random, it's your body telling you something is missing. And now, you know exactly where to find it. In the vibrant orange of a sweet potato, the refreshing bite of melon, the natural recharge of coconut water, the humble strength of beans, the creamy spoonful of yogurt, and the powerful bite of salmon. These aren't just foods, they're your daily defense against cramps, your allies in keeping your legs steady, and your ticket to freedom from those painful surprises. The choice is simple: feed your muscles what they're missing, and they'll reward you with strength, calm, and comfort. Ignore the warning, and the cramps will keep coming back. Which path will you choose? You've just seen how specific foods can reset your body and give your muscles the relief they crave. But to truly understand why they work, let's connect the dots, from the very first cause all the way to the solution. When you see the full flow, it becomes clear that cramps aren't random at all. They follow a chain, and once you break that chain, you take back control. It all begins with age. As the years pass, your body naturally holds less water. Did you know seniors are more likely to live in a constant state of mild dehydration without even realizing it? You may not feel thirsty, yet your cells are already running low. Add in certain medications, a weaker sense of thirst, or simply drinking more tea and coffee than plain water, and the problem builds quietly in the background. Now layer on another factor: mineral shortfalls. Over time, digestion changes, appetite shrinks, and many seniors eat smaller portions. Less food often means fewer nutrients. Potassium, magnesium, calcium, sodium, all essential for muscle balance, start slipping below what your body needs. On paper, the gap may look small, but inside your cells, it's enough to throw off the wiring. Here's the hidden danger: the combination of less water and fewer minerals creates the perfect storm. Muscles, already aging and less flexible, now struggle to respond to signals from your nerves. Imagine trying to run a machine with low oil and weak wiring. It jerks, stalls, and overheats. That's exactly what your muscles experience. And the effect: stiffness sets in, your legs feel heavier, slower to recover, and prone to sudden tightening. The cramps can strike during a walk, while climbing stairs, or in the quiet of night when circulation slows. One moment you're fine, the next moment your calf locks up like steel. It's not just painful, it's disruptive. Sleep shatters, mobility suffers, and confidence fades. Have you ever hesitated to stand up quickly, worried a cramp might ambush you? That's how sneaky this cycle becomes. But here's the good news: the same chain that leads to pain can also lead to relief. If dehydration and mineral loss start the spiral, then rehydration and mineral-rich foods end it. That's where the solution becomes surprisingly simple. By giving your body back what it's missing, you turn off the cramp switch. Think about it: sweet potatoes supply the potassium and magnesium that flip your muscles out of tension mode. Melons hydrate while topping up minerals, repairing the gap before it becomes a problem. Coconut water recharges you when plain water falls short. Beans keep the electrical signals steady, yogurt strengthens the muscle structure, and salmon calms the inflammation left behind. Each food is like a tool in your repair kit, patching a different leak in the system. Here's the dramatic part: once you start replenishing regularly, the cycle doesn't just pause, it reverses. Muscles recover faster, nights become calmer, energy during the day feels steadier. Suddenly the legs you thought were just old respond like they've been given a new lease on life. And all because you closed the gap on water and minerals. Ask yourself this: why keep enduring cramps when the fix is within reach every time you sit down to eat? You don't need drastic changes, just consistent ones. A roasted sweet potato at dinner, a bowl of melon in the evening, a glass of coconut water after a hot day, a serving of yogurt for breakfast, a salmon fillet twice a week. Each choice is a step away from deficit, and a step toward relief. So the flow is simple: age and mild dehydration drain your reserves. Missing electrolytes weaken your muscles' response. The result is pain, stiffness, and lost confidence. But the fix: everyday foods that restore balance, rebuild strength, and protect your legs. The question isn't whether cramps will happen as you get older, it's whether you'll let them control your nights and limit your days. With the right nutrition, you don't have to. Relief is not only possible, it's practical, natural, and sitting on your plate. Leg cramps aren't just an inconvenience, they're your body's warning sign that something vital is missing. The most shocking truth: even mild dehydration or a small dip in minerals can flip the switch and leave your muscles locked in pain. Left unchecked, this cycle steals your sleep, weakens your legs, and chips away at your independence. But here's the hope. Relief doesn't come from pills or quick fixes, it comes from simple choices. A plate of sweet potatoes, a slice of melon, a glass of coconut water, beans, yogurt, salmon. Everyday foods that refill your tank, restore balance, and give your muscles the freedom to move without fear. Your body is already telling you what it needs. Listen now, or pay later. Strong legs, restful nights, and steady steps are within your reach. Remember this, your future strength is built by the choices you make today. If you found this video helpful, hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more health insights that keep you moving strong. Don't wait, start fueling your legs with what they truly need, starting today.